सदियों तक चली हुई आजादी की इस जंग में किसी ने योगदान न दिया हो, लेकिन दुर्भाग्य यह है कि इनके त्याग, शौर्य और बलिदान की कहानियां नई पीढ़ी तक पहुंची ही नहीं। भगवान बिरसा मुंडा ने अंग्रेजों से न केवल राजनीतिक आजादी के लिए संघर्ष किया, बल्कि आदिवासियों के सामाजिक और आर्थिक अधिकारों के लिए भी लड़ाई लड़ी। वंचितों और शोषितों के अंधेरे से भरे जीवन में सूरज की तरह चमक बिखेरी।
Hi. Namaste. So I wanted to play a video. So my first book, The Monk Who Became Chief Minister. And these days, to promote your books, you have to make trailers. And so there is a my good friend Partho, he's in Hyderabad. And he made this very interesting rap song on Yogi Adityanath. So you may love to follow this. Yeah, it's a... Okay.
Suno mere brother, suno meri sister, the story of the monk who became chief minister, a wonderful leader, the fearless yogi. इनकी तारीफें इनके काम से ही होगी. Dirty politics इनके आते ही खत्म. बड़ा सिंपल सा है फंडा, काम ज्यादा बातें कम. सबका सॉल्यूशन इनका जनता दरबार. कोई मजाक तो नहीं होना. MP 5 बार लगातार. आदित्यनाथ योगी करते हैं सारे यहाँ पर. पूरी कहानी सब जाने कहाँ. कलरफुल लाइफ ये कैसे सैफरन हुई. एंड हाउ कम अजय became a योगी. ऐसा क्या हुआ सब बदलने की ठानी. If you wanna know, पढ़ो इनकी कहानी. पढ़ो मेरे brother, पढ़ो मेरी sister, the story of the monk who became chief minister.
This boy has sang it, yeah. Namaskar everyone. So Tuhin ji is a very good friend, and we often meet on Zoom windows, on TV debates, almost every day or every week, couple of times. And there is a problem with TV panelists. See, we are almost 5 or 6 in a window in a 25-minute show, and we get 2 to 3 minutes. So when we get a captive audience and a mic, it's very tempting to speak for long. But I'll try to stop my temptation. Yeah. Ratan ji, our panelist is here. Tuhin, I was in Oxford doing a fellowship last year. In fact, Annamalai is doing the same fellowship currently, Chevening. And I remember I was launching my book, Yogi Adityanath's book, in multiple colleges. I have an event in Queen's College. It's a very famous college in London. And as I stepped into the college, there was a small sticker. And it was written Islamophobia Week. No, sorry, Awareness on Islamophobia Week. And I'm saying, okay, what is that week? And then a lot of Indian students, only Indian students only hosted me. They said, no, sir, we are learning about Islamophobia. So I asked them, do you have a parallel term? Like, if there is Islamophobia, there must be Hinduphobia also. There's other phobias also. They said, so no, that's not a term established, right? And by the time Rashmi Sawant, who was supposed to be the third panelist, I think she got sick. Her book is available outside a Hindu in Oxford. And I was in Oxford, so her story also came. I'm sure some of you know Rashmi Sawant's story. 3 years back, she was in Oxford. She won a student union election there against 5 white boys, which is tough. And she's from sciences. Normally, the president elections are run by humanities student. And she won the election by the vote of the Oxford student community. And they saw some picture of her. She's from Udupi area. Her father is in Sang. They saw some picture of her father saying Jai Shri Ram in some platform. They say, and some professors writing against her. She was cancelled out. She was almost forced, tortured to resign. And she had to resign from an elected president position within 2-3 weeks. And then she wrote that life of her. And I will tell you my experience in those 3 months in Oxford. But how, Tuhin, I want to ask you, politically, this term Hindu phobia, which is still not established as a term, right? But something is happening. And it's so bizarre that a community which has almost 300 organizations, Islamic organization banned by UN, there is Islamophobia. and when Hindus are the other side of the of this war, there's no terms for Hindu phobia. So I just want to know if you're from the party also.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Shantanu ji. Unfortunately, in India, Hindu phobia has been practiced by the current leader of opposition from 2008 in an overt way. In a covert way, probably it has been followed by him for a much longer time. But if you go by WikiLeaks, if in 2008, when India was experiencing some of its worst terror attacks, if India's present leader of opposition, Shri Rahul Gandhi ji, was sitting in the US embassy and saying that India faces its greatest threat from Hindu extremist groups, you can imagine the intent of such people, you can imagine the intent of the party, and you can imagine the intent of the followers of that party. So in India, the problem is graver than we have acknowledged it so far. And that was just the beginning. Saying at a time when, India was ravished by, on an average, one major terror blast every 40 days. If somebody wants to provide a buffer or a cover up to that by pinning the blame on Hindus, that was just the start. In the last couple of years, it has assumed a different form. Political parties, to hide their failures, have been venting out their frustration on Sanatan. So the ruling DMK of Tamil Nadu calls it dengue, malaria, calls for its eradication. Again, the conspiracy of silence of all India Alliance leaders gives it encouragement. They make it seem that it is all very normal. In Samajwadi Party, Swami Prasad Maurya, who had joined the Samajwadi Party, starts demonizing Ramcharitramanas. RJD picks it up and starts doing the same. So you can imagine that perhaps the only two things which bind this present opposition together, one is obviously their fundamental hatred for Modi ji, and the second is a covert form of Hindu phobia, which often comes to the fore sooner than later. But before I, just wind up these initial remarks, I think I will be doing grave injustice if I don't take the focus to, the neighboring state over here, Kerala, which is a hotbed, which has become a hotbed of fundamentalism, and where Congress MPs, Shashi Tharoor and Rahul Gandhi, ex-MP now, and Priyanka Gandhi will probably be the MP, or maybe she does not win, they have been complicit in covering up the growing Islamist problem in Kerala. They have never spoken about love jihad. They have never the target of love jihad is obviously Hindu women primarily. They have never spoken about, in fact, last year Rahul Gandhi was on his foreign visit to US, like he always does to denigrate India abroad. And he made a bizarre statement that IUML is perfectly secular. A few weeks after that, at Kasargod, if I'm not mistaken, IUML took out a huge procession calling for slaughtering Hindus outside temples. The same Rahul Gandhi did not issue a statement. So unfortunately, why we are speaking about political Hindu phobia is political Hindu phobia sets the agenda for all other forms of Hindu phobia which are being covertly or overtly practiced across the country. And I think it is about time we acknowledge it, number one, and we combat it aggressively.
I think a suggestion maybe, maybe political party and government may not do it, but a lot of civil society organizations can take it. The way I saw that in Queen's College, a week for awareness of Islamophobia First of all, this term should become like an academic term.
And I would
the way
request,
Islamophobia is.
Abhijit Dada and Ratan ji also to join the discussion, because you know they have been very vocal on these issues. It would be great if we can have both of them, and you know the last session can become a much more impactful session.
I will just share, meanwhile, my experience in those 3 months in Oxford. Because I was doing a fellowship, I was able to take on them. Once I asked a lot of PhD students, a lot of master students, that how do you tolerate all of this? They say, because my PhD guide may not agree, I'm on a scholarship. I'll tell you this 5 instance. In fact, I'll at some point try to write them in form of a book. Ratanji.
Hi, Dada. Good to see you.
Yeah. I'll share this 5 instances that happened with me on every month. I just noticed them. Though I did my master's some 13 years back in UK, but that time I was young, I did not notice all of these things. So we in this fellowship, in the morning, we had some classroom sessions. And one session was on, obviously, secularism, right? And the name of the room in which the class was happening, the name of the room was St. Cross Room in St. Cross College. So, and there was a picture of Jesus in the room. So as soon as the professor started secularism, and I went with a total agenda that I will try to deconstruct them inside the class. Because once you're in fellowship, you don't have a string attached. You don't have a PhD thesis, foreign ministry have sent you, they can't send you back anyways, right? So as soon as he started, I said, in a typical dramatic debate style, are we really studying secularism in this room? And I put the hand, she didn't realize what I'm saying. And said, so there was a photo of a Jesus Christ there. I'm saying, are we really studying secularism in this room? So she tried to belittle me. Oh, no, you don't get it. It's not about this space. Don't get about this room. This is a larger debate. Then I pointed out, shown her a photo. I was already two weeks into Oxford, that Oxford has an official church. The college or University of Oxford has an official church. It says official church of University of Oxford. Then she said, and also Oxford has 32 colleges. Every college, Tuhin, has a chapel. Every it has a chaplain, a choir group, and the service time are written on the academic website. So if you are going to find out when will your physics class today, you will also see when is the service today. And the choir group, chaplains are listed on the academic website of every 32 college. When I pointed out that, she knew that she got little rattled. The professor got, she was a white female, she got little rattled. And then she said, no, this is not about Oxford, this is a larger debate. And in the morning, Parveenji shown, then I said, no, let's move to your country. The queen, now the king, is the head of the state and the head of the church board. Church of the England is the official church of the country called United Kingdom. When I pointed out that, she said, no, yes, but maybe she was quite rattled and she changed the topic. I realized, I think some of us never called out. Yeah. And then, so that's incident number 1. Then the debate happened. In fact, then they took us to a lot of places. We went to Scotland and in Edinburgh. We were talking about that Islamic invasion, we rarely call it Christian invasion, right? Even we don't say it. We, the Dharmics, also call it Christian invasion, right? We call it British colonialism. And I was debating that it was also a Christian invasion. They said, no, we were territorial, we were doing our colony from here to there. And interestingly, I found a very solid evidence. So when we were going, roaming around this, I think, St. Giles Church in Edinburgh, there were panels after panels of lot of army people from 1940 to 1947, their name being listed there. I'm saying, why in a church you will feel name of army people, right? Meaning it was a church, army of the church, not the army of the government. So that's second experience. Then they took us to foreign ministry, right? Their foreign ministry, and their first standard statement was, don't look us at the lens of, don't look at typical Britishan from the lens of our colonial past. We are not the one who ruled you. But I'm saying outside your office, if you go to Trafalgar Square and Big Ben, you see Churchill there. And is Churchill a hero for you? If it's a hero for you, if you are, and similar debate from Aurangzeb, they'll say, no. The today's Muslims are not the one who ruled you. If you are finding a hero in Churchill, if you are finding a hero in Aurangzeb, then I have a problem with you. You are saying, don't look me for the lens of colonialism, but I will make, and Church, okay, leave Churchill. There are a lot of voiceovers in general say, will with some sword say, he won Punjab for us. He started, and there are a lot of statues all around UK. They say, okay, I'll do hero worship, but then I'll say, don't look me from a colonial lens. Experience number 3. Fourth, we went to a school called Windsor College. It's a very famous, Rishi Sunak studied there. It's a very expensive school. 5 lakh rupees a month is the fees, right? It's like expensive for even for a rich Brit. And this guy, the principal of the college, was the ambassador to India and Afghanistan. Can you imagine, like, what kind of, like, making Jai Shankar a school principal, almost like that, right? Meaning how prestigious students are studying there. And because he was ambassador, he made a political commentary that, okay, Narendra Modi is doing good, but his India should be for everyone, not only for Hindus. And my antennas got up as soon as he said it. And then I was about to catch him on some statement, and he was taking pride in his college. Oh, my boys are unbeaten in cricket. My boys are unbeaten in choir competition. I just got him there, choir competition. And I, again, dramatically, oh, you do choir competition? I thought it's a secondary school. No. Then he got like taken aback. Oh, no, it's a just for songs. And no, I thought, no, when I was entering, I saw a church. Now, every official, every university, every college has a church inside in UK. It's on the face Christian country. And when Narendra Modi goes to a temple, they say, no, he become a Hindu prime minister. So how they're existing with it is very interesting. That as Pravinji said, they have 26 representation in House of Lords from Church of England. Church of England will write the names. These 26 priests will sit. Whoever write the name, 92 people from high blood. And they call it also. And one professor entered in my class one day, his name was some Gates. And he cracked a joke, I'm not a relative of Bill Gates. Then he started tracing his lineage. The talk of lineage is very talk of the town there. Then said, no, you guys are casteist. I will talk about high blood, low blood, everything, but you guys are casteist. Last experience, and that how unapologetic they are with whatever, and they're running away and teaching us all of this. Last experience, there was a Diwali event, because I was in the same time we are there. In fact, I spent my last Diwali there. And they did a big event, like a dinner. If you know the sit-in dinners, like Harry Potter type, long tables, you'll sit and the food will come, and long, large, 5, 6. And I attended a previous dinner 15 days back. They start with a dinner with some hammer and they read a grace, a Christian grace. So I saw that hammer and thing. I thought that lady will read the grace. So I thought, let me do some drama. I went to the lady. I'm saying, are we doing that Christian grace? I added the word Christian, right? He said, yeah, it will be a formal dinner. Once it's a Hindu festival, those kids will take offense. There was hardly any, out of the 300 crowd, there were only 15. And they came there for drinks. They hardly bothered about any Christian grace, Hindu grace. But I used them as a prop and said, though the kids may take offense, it's a Hindu festival, you're doing Christian grace. And they are, like, you use them smartly, they're very scared of this law, Christian, Hindu. If you just tell them on the faiths. Then she went in and out, talked to some people and said, okay, what can we do then? I'm saying, you can read a Hindu grace. Oh, so you have a Hindu grace? I know, yeah, we have a Bhojan mantra and you can read this. I'll show them online. Then she went in and out again, talked to someone. He said, okay. He said, what does it mean? It means this. It's written there. Then she again did in and out. Ki kya kare abhi to ab ho gaya. Now it's allowed already. And then 4 or 5 people also gathered. So now this news is public now. Public means like a lot of people know there's a competition between a Christian grace and a Hindu grace. Then she came with another problem. Who will read it? I can't pronounce it. I will read it for you. And that day I was in dhoti and all with I was little priestly anyways. And luckily my seat was at the head seat. It was totally coincidental. They put a name of everyone. It's very stylishly done. So I was sitting on a head table anyways. So then she had to start. She started, today is Diwali, bad over good, all of that. No, sorry, good over bad. and now Shantanu, this ho gaya. Now Shantanu, our Gurukul fellow, it's called Gurukul Fellowship, will read the Hindu grace. And I started with Om Brahman Brahmavi and I did the whole and I explained the Bhojan mantra also. And you know, a lot of Goras came and praised me after the dinner. All those 15 students, arey, kya drama kar rahe hain aap? Our Indian student finding a drama and all the Goras saying, oh wow. And then she mailed me and I have to mail that now every Diwali, I'm sure you can document it and you can do a Hindu grace there. I'm just making a point. It's not like what I did, and that video got viral, and some Indian called me again. Oh no, you don't put it online because there was a wine bottle also there. come on, man. Now the Goras are there. They will have, there was so much. It's made out of some. It was, and there was non-vegetarian food also served there. But the larger point is, in a lot of these settings, I've realized if you push your case hard, their argument is not very strong. Only thing, their facade is so strong. Let's say our PhD student will not talk because he is wearing about his guide. Our master's student will not talk because he's fearing about his scholarship. So if you push them hard, their argument is not so strong. I think that was my point. So we have to establish the term, and if academically we can establish, we can fly with it.
So we heard what, how to push your own Hindu philosophy outside Bharat. I have a different take within Bharat. Have we accepted that Hinduphobia exists in India officially? We have not. BJP government has not said Hinduphobia is official, because when Islamophobia became official in USA, it was the US government which said yes, the US Hinduphobia, Islamophobia exists. But we in last 10 years have not accepted that there is Hinduphobia. Secondly, love jihad. In the Supreme Court, BJP government said there is nothing called love jihad. आप जो उदाहरण दे रहे हैं, the examples you are giving shows that actually we are not yet assertive enough to admit that there is Hinduphobia, that admit there is love jihad. So we have to start at home. That see, the charity begins home. You cannot give quotation of how England is Christian and how USA is Christian. Fine, but we are Hindu. First, we have to accept we are Hindus. We have accepted, but we have not accepted that we are Hinduphobic, that we don't accept love jihad. So first of all, have we accepted? If we accept it as a powerful party, we accept a powerful government, then it will get recognition from academics, from everybody else. Do you agree on that? Sir?
Put Tuhin on spot because he's from the party officially.
Modi 3.0 has a lot of surprises in store, so maybe, that could be one of the surprises. But I was speaking about...
No, this doesn't require Modi ji. It requires a firmness on part of the government and on the universities where we are there. The vice chancellor says
there are multiple court judgments which have now acknowledged love jihad. So I don't know in what context the government made that representation to the court. But yes, I mean, that's normal parlance for all BJP workers.
See, we can keep on debating in Lit Fest, we can debate in TV, it will not make any effect. Unless the government takes official position, unless universities take official position, unless you go to the to various platforms, because once we accept, then we go outside.
I want to
US Hindus are fighting Hinduphobia very strongly. They are doing very hard work. And there is no support from India government. It's their own fight, they are fighting it. UK, they are fighting it. If they are lobbying better than we do in India, because it is our party, we can't lobby hard enough. But in case of other places, they are fighting. So my contention is we should not just talk, we should say, okay, we will create strong enough pressure to the government to accept that there is Hinduphobia, there is love jihad. See, there are some BJP government who got love jihad laws, right? I think UP got it. Uttarakhand. But
some other
at the legal level, no. Academic level, no. So we need to recognize, first of all, what can be done about that. That is something that we can discuss.
So I spoke about the situation in Kerala. I would like to know from Dada about what is happening in Bengal, because Bengal is a place where TMC has crossed all limits when it comes to Hinduphobia. And in fact, it's a war, it's more than a political war. Bengal is a civilizational war which we are all fighting. And in fact, he was at the receiving end even during the RG Car episode.
Yeah, I told the audience about it in the morning. Now in Bengal, we, I don't think we should discuss these mild things like Hinduphobia. We need a new word in Bengal, because Hindu something else. Hindu something else. My second book would be on Gopal Mukherjee or Gopal Patha as we know it. I've started writing it, and Bengal has... Gopal Mukherjee is...
People won't know in this area.
How many of you know about Gopal Mukherjee? Okay. Gopal Mukherjee is the guy whom the left Congress ecosystem has so far, dismissed as a gunda. He was the man who saved Kolkata from going to Bangladesh in 1946, Direct Action Day. He was the man who organized the Hindu reprisals. The Patha is he was a Hindu Brahmin who ran a mutton shop. And of course, he was a Shakta worshipper, so the Kali worshipper. He was the nephew of this legendary revolutionary called Onukul Mukherjee. And after 2 days of absolute blinding butchery in Kolkata on which started on August 16th, Jinnah and Suravardhi had given the call for direct action to sort of, for Pakistan. And the violence started in Calcutta after namaz, 1 o'clock thing. And there are all sorts of estimates, but nothing less than 10 to 15,000 Hindus were massacred in the first 2 days itself. Women, and these are, I still have eyewitness video on my phone of this man who is now 93, 94, Rabindranath Datta. He says that bodies of women who were raped, their breasts cut, hands cut, were hung by their hair from beef shops of Calcutta, Raja Bazar. That was the level of butchery, the violence. So Gopal Mukherjee was, was a person who could mobilize Hindu youth around that area. He ran a lot of akhadas because he knew that something was coming. He had this thing, and he also had the backing of society then. Marwari businessmen, Bengali, the wealthy Bengalis, etc. All of them then, they said that we will be wiped out. The whole target of Direct Action Day was to actually, push enough Hindus out of Calcutta to claim it as Bangladesh. So Gopal Mukherjee mobilized this thing from day 3. The reprisal, he got guns from American soldiers who were posted there. They would then, give out guns in exchange of booze, etc., etc. There were several ways that they got. And one advantage that Hindus had, I'm sorry, I'm digressing from Hinduphobia, the topic at hand, but very quickly.
No, see, Hinduphobia, why I said so? Because we have wiped out Mallapuram massacre.
Yes.
We wiped out Gopal Patha.
Yes.
Nobody knows about Guru Gobind Singh's sons being put into wall.
Right.
So they need to know. That is Hinduphobia. When you try to destroy all the evidence of Hindu resistance, when you try to do everything that is something shameful, that is Hinduphobia.
And then you bring the communal violence bill in 2011, which it was so sinister. It was, as terrible, maybe.
How many
more.
people heard of communal violence bill?
Fair bit. So then Gopal Babu, mobilized and organized the reprisal attacks, in which then apparently it is said that Sheikh Mujibur Rahman was part of the rioting, by the way, then, who we call Bangabandhu, and he was the one who hoisted the Muslim League flag in Calcutta University. But when the Hindu this thing started, blowback, payback started, again, thousands of Muslims were killed. There were some areas which are named now after that, after the reprisals, and Calcutta was saved. Not just Calcutta, Nadia, a lot of places were actually saved by Gopal Mukherjee, and he organized several of the so-called strongmen in Kolkata, Nadia, all of these places, and they saved Calcutta. This story is not told to us. Nobody, very few people know about Gopal Mukherjee. Even I have grown up. I lived in imagine I have grown up in my Nana Nani's house for some time in the lane just opposite to where Gopal Babu, and Gopal Babu lived for a long time till 2003, I think. Yeah, and he was, there are stories that my Nana would go and sit, chat with him. He was also Mukherjee, is that, or get some mutton from the shop home, that sort of a thing. But these are stories that are not known about this. And so this Hindu phobia, imagine this kind of riots, which have been, placed under the carpet, and then you bring a communal violence bill which proposes Hindus to be the only perpetrators, even when they are, by default, you are the perpetrator, you cannot ever be a victim. It was so bad, it was so bad, that even Digvijay Singh said, boss, thoda jada ho raha hai. This cannot pass muster.
One more example of Hinduphobia. After partition, when there are riots in Bengal, Noakhali and all, Bihar people rose up. There are riots in Bihar. And Nehru threatened to bombard those areas where there are riots. There is a letter. These are letters. Because Hindus were counter-attacking Muslims, and Nehru got very disturbed. He sent a letter that if you don't do anything, I'll send Air Force to bombard these people.
Then, after Noakhali, I think when Hindus were killed in large numbers, Nehru said it was finally it's a matter of great relief that, there has been some sort of justice. It's not been one-sided.
So there are, like Pradeep Bhandari has also been championing this cause of demography war. There are multiple ways in which Hindu phobia is being witnessed. It is being executed on the ground. In certain parts of Jharkhand, for example, especially in the Santhal area, last year many of the schools they had started giving a Friday off, basically to make it seem that we are following the Islamic calendar or the. Similarly, in Kerala, we know that there are many other ways in which Hindu phobia is being executed. Now the point is, certain political parties encourage it day in and day out. When somebody attacks Shakti, it can't be an innocuous remark. It can't be something which is not thought out well. When somebody says that your ministers are as lifeless as murtis, it can't be as an innocuous remark. So these politicians are white-collar Hindu phobics, but obviously, the people who are executing it on the ground in Jharkhand, in Bengal, in Kerala, are the real executors who are taking it to another level.
And in journalism, for instance, my first real brush with how news is manufactured was I was in Times of India then, on the desk, Times of India Bombay, the heart of the operations. And this was 2002. Riots had started in Gujarat. And we, of course, Times of India is a mammoth machinery. We had stringers, freelancers, correspondents in almost every district of Gujarat. News was coming in as things were happening. And news was coming in by and large unfiltered. But when it came to the news desk, which processes the news and finally puts it out in the paper. So there was this guy, the desk head, I won't name him now, but he's pretty familiar. Now he's an editor in one of the so-called, websites, anti-Hindu websites. He was completely spinning the news that was coming from the, districts, from Ahmedabad, Surat, everywhere. He was completely giving it a, anti-Hindu spin and this thing. So I asked him, man, what's happening? No, Abhijit, this is advocacy in journalism. These people don't even know how to file a copy. it is up to the desk, up to the news desk to sort of make sure how copy should go out there. That was one. 2013, 11 years later, Muzaffarpur riot. Muzaffarnagar riot, UP, sorry, UP. Hindustan Times sent a reporter, a Muslim guy. See, I have no problems with who is the reporter, what is his identity, as long as he doesn't make his identity the, the central, the point of reference. And he only visits the Muslim camps, victim camps, and the entire, for, 1 part, 2 part, 3 part, 4 part, kept on bombarding a one-sided narrative till I got a call in the morning, because I was resident editor of HT Delhi then. I got a call in the morning from somebody in Muzaffarnagar, and he said, मैं किसके साथ बात कर रहा हूँ? मैं अभिजीत जी के साथ. मैं बोला हाँ. तो आप एडिटर हैं ना? हाँ. आपको और कोई नहीं मिला था क्या इधर भेजने के लिए, रिपोर्टिंग के लिए? मैं आपको, आप एक बार आएंगे, आपको मैं दिखाऊं क्या क्या हिंदुओं ने क्या क्या झेला है और क्या क्या हुआ है. Should I show you that? And also then he used the choicest of galis. और he said that please इनको ना एक बार हमारे पास भी भेजिए. कुछ नहीं करेंगे साहब. We will not do anything. We will just show him around. Please send him once. And then I took it to the promoter coincidentally she was also, although she was, she was an MP supported by Congress. So Mrs. Bhartiya also was not feeling comfortable about the whole series, which was so one-sided that she said, please stop it, Abhijit, in the evening. I said I was about to tell you that.
Hinduphobia can happen in many forms, and one of the forms is covering up for Muslim criminals, which Samajwadi Party specializes in. Samajwadi Party and the ilk. So 2 or 3 days ago, I was on a TV debate on the Baraich issue, and I mentioned the word, I specifically insisted on the word ISIS style. So Ram Gopal Mishra was murdered in ISIS style, and you won't believe it. I was the first speaker. For the remaining part of 40 minutes, the entire discussion was on Samajwadi Party raising an objection to the word that ISIS style has been used. And the Samajwadi Party spokesperson was a Tiwari. So you can imagine that, in the guise of, with Tiwaris as the buffer they carry out, Samajwadi Party carries out this Hinduphobia.
You should have said we are dropping an S from ISIS. Is that fine with you?
So, but I can't imagine that Atiq Ahmed would murder, very lovingly, or can murders happen lovingly? I mean, that's the larger question.
Yeah. Should we open it to the audience?
Maybe any question, yeah.
Short questions, so others can also speak. We are just 9 minutes. Yeah.
In fact, there is a question to anyone who can respond. There is a question to anyone who can respond, who understands Tamil Nadu well.
My submission.
Sir, just to anyone who can respond. So how can Udaynidhi Stalin can run away with that statement and still get votes? Because when I go to Tamil Nadu, I find it a very dharmic place. Everyone is very dharmic. How can he run away with that statement and he still run his politics successfully? That's my question. Anyone who can answer. Yeah.
My submission is that about love jihad. You mentioned about love jihad in Kerala and all that. Love jihad is not at all a new concept. The first love jihad happened was 25 years back. I don't know anybody knows a famous Malayalam English poet called Madhavi Kutty, mother of M.D. Nalapat. She was the first victim of love jihad in Kerala. Saudi Arabia Wahhabi group wanted to convert prominent personalities of India into Islam, and they entrusted the job to one Muslim MP, is a member of Muslim League MP, sitting MP of Parliament now. He was entrusted, he was paid $1.5 million. Madhavi Kutty was living alone after her husband's death. She was a romantic poet. He played the romantic card and made her believe that he loves her and he will marry her. And he had sexual relationship with her. Then finally, when she demanded that she should marry, he said, first you should convert into Islam. She did convert into Islam, but after that he ditched her completely, for which he received $1.5 million.
He's still a sitting member of parliament.
He's a sitting MB of parliament.
Even now.
Yes. The book called Love Queen of Malabar, written by a Canadian author.
And what's the name of the member of parliament?
Only two Muslim League MPs are there. One of the MP. Okay.
The same guy.
So for your question, sir, here we have highest elected member. They don't wish for Hindu festivals. They will wish for all other religion festivals. Specifically, they will not wish. The reason
I think that's my question again. How can they run away and run their politics in a quite a dharmic Tamil Nadu? Will this?
I think by convincing the masses that when they attack Sanatan, they are basically attacking Brahmins.
Sir, I'd like to answer your question.
The young boy is saying something, yeah. Can you close the mic closer to you?
Money, propaganda, biryani, alcohol, that is what can change people's mind like this.
Sir, I mentioned to you how he is getting votes. I told you. See, actually, we were working for BJP in Pollachi parliamentary constituency. Actually, my mandal was Kenathakadavu South. There were 36 booths. In 32 booths, ADMK was way behind DMK. DMK and ADMK was separated by around 150 to 200 votes in a single booth. But in 4 booths, there was an alarmingly a difference between ADMK and DMK. ADMK was number 1, DMK was way behind. What was surprising for us was I did some analysis on that, and nothing, simple analysis. There was one gentleman, I don't want to name him, he's a businessman from Coimbatore who has his roots in our village. He gave double. DMK distributed 500, this gentleman gave 1,000. Money makes. So somebody was mentioning about you worry about Tamil Nadu, because I was asking Shantanu Gupta ji, will Yogi ji come back to power in 27? Somebody was mentioning you worry about Tamil Nadu in 26. I am discouraged, demotivated, I am not able to. And one question to Captain Praveen Chaturvedi ji, please do make lot of movies like this for people sitting in Tamil Nadu. See, all the North Indian states are bastion of our Parivar and BJP. But we are lacking, people are not here. Even Professor Kanagasababadi ji mentioned once, we wanted to promote literary works in Tamil by giving lot of awards and citations and recognitions for others in Tamil. So Professor was telling some 1 or 2 years back, we will definitely do this. But on the video and audio, the media side, we want you to do something from Tamil Nadu.
Sir, the root cause is not the liquor. The root cause is not the money, not the biryani. The root cause is the Dravidian model of education, which has brought us to this level here in Tamil Nadu. So that has to change if you want a permanent and, sorry? Yeah, anyway, that has to, if it has to change permanently, then the educational system has to change here in Tamil Nadu drastically, sir.
Sir, my contention is, since you cannot change education model, we need to create parallel education for the children, the way RSS did for so many years, the way various kind of sanskar kendras are run, because that's the only way. Since you cannot hope to defeat DMK in coming few years, then how do you educate children? By running a parallel system. That is the only way you can do it.
Well, family I think what you said
going
is
through
absolutely
family,
right.
going through families, publishing more, we're trying to distribute more books which are being wonderfully made nowadays, even by publishers, especially in Tamil Nadu, on Vedic knowledge, Hindu knowledge, etc. Children know what they are into, what they have, what are the great things they have about knowledge, and they become proud Hindus rather than depending on the government. You cannot do that
I
because
guess
even if NEP comes, they will not implement in Tamil Nadu.
I guess we will take
it's
this as a
paper- it's
cue
peop-
and
yeah, it's
we
people's
will
movement
strive
only.
to do something about it, sir, as a civil society. Thank you.
Sir, and one more thing also, sir, why our state president lost in Coimbatore? I was in conversation with a reporter of a Tamil magazine. I don't want to name the magazine. I spoke with him 54 minutes. The counting was on Tuesday. I had this dialogue on Sunday. He told 101% your state president is going to lose. I was shocked. Then I was fighting with him like, he said, A, B, C category. C category definitely comes to the polling booth. 500 rupees is given. How many percentage of people will be there in the B category and A category? Only 69% polling took place in Coimbatore. All the C category have come to the polling booth. A category, no. The chunk of voters from A category is less. In that, they don't come. The B category is little more than A category. Partially they come. But C category, everybody ensures that they come to the polling booth morning, on time, and everybody will vote. This has to change.
From the debate of Hinduphobia, moving to debate about BJP's fate. That's not the debate. Debate is, as a society, can we make Hindus realize that there is Hinduphobia alive and kicking in Tamil Nadu? That will not happen through election. That has to happen by public education, and they will realize that they want to live with honor in this state. They have to be more proactive and do whatever they can, including vote. Voting is not the end game. Voting is one of the part of keeping society alive. In Kerala, there is so much of violence and there is so much of communal politics. Still, Hindutva is strong, people are strong, and they are able to fight back wherever they are, except in politics. As I said in the morning, politics is only 10 to 20% of the social life. So let us do what we can to recognize that there is Hinduphobia within Tamil Nadu and let people understand. If that happens, everything will follow suit.
Ratanji, I differ a little bit. And in the morning, I think in the Shefali ji and some other session, having the government of the day make a hell lot of difference. How we lived in UP is very, very different. I remember when I was in Ayodhya, we were together, remember? Just wondering, having a government, so the electoral point should not be shrugged under the carpet. Electoral point is very, very important. Remember, we were standing in the Saryu Ghat, as soon as the Pran Pratishtha happened, they put a flower all over Ayodhya. And I was able to juxtapose in Saryu, half the bed near where we were doing with NDTV, it was full with rose petals. And the same Saryu was red with the blood of Kar Sevaks in 1991-92. And the same Saryu is red when we are a government with the rose petals. So I think government of the day is very, very important. How is UP is operating culturally? How, what is a Kamar Yatra? Is going, the police fellows is pressing the feet of Kamar Yatris and having the camps done. How all the Mandir Kshetras are being operated in UP is very, very different. The Love Jihad law, as we were talking about, now it is a formal law. So having a government of the day, I think, can be one of the prime topics. Yeah, till the time it's not happening, as he rightly said, the society can get active.
But for a yogi to win, you need strong Hindutva network, which happened in UP. Don't forget that.
Also, yeah, the sacrifice that happened in UP, Shantanu, the kind of work, the number of lives that were lost, the sacrifice that went into, turning the society back, that played a big role in Tamil Nadu. There is, at least the vote share has gone up. Awareness is dawning. He talked about the C category. There needs to be serious work in that zone. You cannot give it out to DMK and the missionaries and everybody. That zone has to be, those people will have to be owned. And I'd request the organizers of this really wonderful literature festival that, voices from that segment should be there in the next edition. I mean,
In
that's
fact,
very, very
in fact, what Tuhin said, that if some of our works can be brought in Tamil, and that can be a work can be done by the team, because we don't know the publishers here, we don't know the distribution network here, and that can be, if we can pick like 2-3 titles every year as a practice, that can be a good start, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, Professor Sir can take the lead in that. And
I will answer to your question. In Tamil Nadu, the media is controlled by the DMK government. They have the lime making factory by IT cells. These are the things plus point for the Udayanithi Stalin. So roaming freely and getting elected, becoming all post.
So Prachya must to start a media channel in Tamil Nadu.
There is a
Tamil.
Sir, one question to the panel, maybe somebody from the panel can address. We heard Pradeep Bhandari speaking about the demographic change. Is there any chance of a population control bill coming in the 2.0?
I have a slightly different view on that. See, the time when the population control bill would have really worked was in the 70s. Today, if you look at it, the rate of growth has anyway started to decline. And in 20 years' time, the population will start declining. So who will be the sufferer if the population control bill is introduced now? It will be the Hindu community, where the fertility rate is anyway low. The other side will not follow the law, which any which way has been a pattern. So if you bring it at this stage, I think the 70s and the 80s, the maximum cutoff time was then. If you had brought in the population control bill then, the results would have been visible now. If you bring it now, it will only work to the disadvantage of the Hindu community.
Since you are providing a lot of government benefits to the other community, the M community, if they don't follow the law, you don't give the benefits. It's a simple rule.
No, I'm saying if the fertility rate as such is lagging in the Hindu community.
No, but the rate of growth of the other community is far higher. He showed 46% higher than the Hindu community. So anyway, it will improve the chances of demographic balance in the society.
No, I think the more important thing today is to define majority.
Minority. I think that was
a certain cutoff percentage if we attach to the minority community, and that is under consideration. I can tell you that is under consideration. The moment you attach a certain cutoff percentage, the whole prism of looking at the minority community and the benefits which go to that community will change.
And I'm sure you must have heard about the petition that, what's his name, that PIL person from our side, he put a Ashwani Upadhyay that in 7 states Hindus are in minority. The Supreme Court did not give a favorable ruling, but that's very evident in Punjab and Kashmir, a lot of northeast states. Hindus are minority, but minority is calculating on national level. So even a Muslim, even a Hindu living in Punjab will not get, or a Kashmir will not give the minority benefits if at all. So I think, and in UN, in multiple countries, all the affirmative actions are between 2 to 5% of the population. A population which is 14, 18, whatever percent it is, cannot be majority. If that bills come, I think a lot of problems will be solved, I think.